Hey, it's me, AP. So when I was just coming up with the first couple of ideas for Masters and Realms and just general little ideas of stories, the idea was me to film it in this room. And this was the room, the setting of the sort of prequel series, Journey of the Masters. And I thought, you know what, this will be fine, it'll work out okay. You know, I can add in a few effects, a few lighting effects to make it feel really, atmospheric. And I was happy with that. You know, I thought that was going to be the way to film it all, just in this one room with all the different characters. And then my friend Matt, my collaborator on Masters and Realms, he mentioned, why don't you film this on green screen? And sort of maybe just try and do something different and, creating new settings and really give it a really cool look. And I thought, you know what, that's a really good idea. That is a fantastic idea. You know, I've done green screen web shows before and, they've worked out okay. And it's, for granted, I've not done all that much green screen stuff, but I thought, you know what, it's quite a good idea. So then it sort of developed from having it all filmed just on a normal background in normal settings like this, no like digital backgrounds, to then the odd few green screens. And then as I was just developing the elements of the story even more and more and more, I just sort of kept on changing things in and out the locations and decided that there's no way I can do any of this web show without a green screen, because it just wouldn't work. I'm doing these settings in like magical realms and, underground lures, and this room is not fitting for any of that. And for me to create the sets would cost me a lot of money and would take me a lot of time, and I'd probably never be happy with it, and it would probably never ever be created, the web show. So making a green screen, a show based on filming on green screen, come to be through all that. And you know what, I'm so happy that I decided to film it on green screen instead now. I think anyone who has taken to filmmaking or any type of creativity knows that there's always going to be a few little stumbling blocks, and nothing runs smoothly. You know, we as creators, we expect this, and that is, I had a few minor issues, I'd probably say, with the green screen stuff, mainly to do with lighting. So I'm very much a minimalist filmmaker. That's my philosophy in filmmaking. I try to use very little gear as possible. And the idea for this show, originally I was looking at if I maybe purchase some more lights for the green screen, but I decided that it really didn't match my philosophy as a minimalist filmmaker. So I used the one light, the one green screen, and just really just used as much daylight as I could. So we were filming at different points of the day for all the different scenes. I used this room for filming some parts. I did use my conservatory for some parts as well, just because the light sometimes was a bit better in there, because sometimes this room, as it's north facing, it can be a bit dark. And you know what, like I said, as a creator, as a filmmaker, I accept that there's going to be some little niggles along the way. And when it comes to the editing, there are bits where I've had to cut a lot of the footage out, because like the light has bled through and the green screen has been not lit properly, and I've had to cut around, or I've had to do really deep zoom. So I mean, if you're watching the web show and you notice one character's having a lot more really focused zooms on the face, it's probably because the rest of the body is just a really bad image. So that is probably why I've done that. But you know what, it's a case of where it's just carving it out and just really making the most of what material you can get. And sometimes you can say, let's go back to the drawing board. But I think sometimes you can say, let it be, and let's just try and work with this and try and do something. And I managed to get through it. So when it comes to the story, everything was, you know, written by myself, and I had all the elements written out on sheets for every episode. And it was just a case then, I didn't want to do this web show with a script. For one, I just couldn't be bothered writing a script. I thought, you know what, I'm lazy. Yeah, I am lazy. No, I'm not lazy. I thought it would be nicer to do something a bit different when it comes to the creative side of it. So, like I said, I had all the elements written down, so I knew what was going to happen in every scene. And it was just a case then of just, you know, improvising dialogue, and that's something I really enjoy. I think you can get a lot more great material out of improvising dialogue, and I think you can do great wonders when you know where it's going as well. As long as you have a general concept idea of the element of what the scene is, I think you can improvise and you can get some really great material. And you know, I've improvised the other performance on it. Matt, he's improvised all his lines. Again, superb performer, superb performances, and it's just comes a lot more natural, I find, improvisation, and you know, it shows on the finished article. I feel anyway. Other people probably just think it looks crap. So once I created the final edit for episode 1, you know, it was the first time I've ever created something where I didn't have to do any changes, not even any changes on, you know, audio, sound effects. I didn't have to change any dialogue, cut stuff out. It was really a pleasant feeling to get that, you know, a solid episode, and really it just told the story I wanted it to tell. It had the tone I wanted it to have. And you know what, Masters and Realms episode 1 is something I am truly proud of, and you know, it's something I really can't wait for more people to see, and it really does excite me every time I watch that. I think I can see the hard work that I put in, and I can see where the story is going, which excites me more, and I love to tell this story, and I can't wait to show more episodes of Masters and Realms. If you enjoyed this video today, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content.